Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Headmaster's Homeroom. I am Lady Hamilton. It is so great to see you guys. Happy Friday. I'm so glad everybody's here to join me tonight. Thank you, guys. I'm seeing the chats already. Let's start with saying hello to everybody on Rumble. Yeah, guys, new branding. We are kicking it up a notch. Thank you guys so much for that. Love it so much. Welcome, everybody. Hello to all of our ex-viewers as well. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday. Hey, Pilled viewers, let's see those art memes. I see them going like crazy. You guys are awesome over there. Nice to see you. And hello to everybody on YouTube. That's right. We are streaming on all our channels tonight because guess what, guys? It's art night. And what do we need? We need to grow. Please do me a favor and hit those buttons. Those likes, follows, and shares are not only important to me, but also to all the guests I have, because we want to share with the world how amazingly talented they are. So please do that. Don't forget to do your homework. All right, guys, tonight I'm super excited. We are super excited. Some artists capture a moment. Others invite you to see the world differently. Tonight on Art Night, we're welcoming back Pittsburgh-based fine art photographer Fred O. Fred's photography is all about discovery, finding beauty, personality, and unexpected stories in the world around us. His original images are professionally produced in archival fine art photography, preserving the moments and perspectives that catch his eye. But there's much more to Fred's creative world than photography. Do you know that he's a drummer as well? A lifelong explorer, his curiosity reaches far beyond the camera. This return visit gives us an opportunity to go deeper into experiences, passions, and ideas that continue to shape his artistic vision. Tonight, you get to join us for the conversation about seeing differently and staying curious. We're going to revisit his photographic journey, explore the stories hidden within his images, and discover what inspires him to keep looking for the extraordinary in every day. Everyone, do me a favor. If you love photography, appreciate fine art, or simply enjoy hearing from the people that join this show, please do me a favor and welcome our dear guest, Fred O. Hello?
Hi, Lady H. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm okay.
Welcome back.
Long day. Fridays aren't supposed to be this busy, but today was busy.
Mine is really crazy. I know. And it's just going to get crazier as we've got a whole bunch of things going on here in my house as well, too. So I am so excited to have you back, my friend. I just love everything about you. I love your work. I love your stories. We might have a few new viewers, so give us a little brief rundown about who is Fred O.
As you mentioned, I'm a Pittsburgh-based photographer. Actually, my real business, make a living. You got to make a living. For over 30 years is in business-to-business sales. So I provide companies with things that are boring, like checks and forms and that kind of thing. But I also get them things like this that they put their name on. And so once upon a time when I had just never really thought about being a photographer, I was always running around with a little camera. And then I got an iPhone X, and it had a better camera in it than anything I'd ever had. And the more I used it, the more I kept saying, I wonder what, I could do if I had a real camera. So I got a real camera, and I've been studying it ever since. I will say this just as a prelude. Some of the stuff I think you're going to show tonight are from pre-real camera that I sent you, because I thought this time around it might be fun to, look at what I used to do before I understood what I was doing so well, but still had like a making in my head of what I could do. And so some of the early stuff that moves through, like the first camera I had, that kind of thing might be of interest to some folks to see where I came from, where I'm going.
Awesome. I know that I'm super excited about this. And Fred, I'm going to just already apologize now. There's no rhyme or reason. I just put these posts, the pictures and the photos up as they were downloading into the box. So we're just going to go. I think I have some of them grouped together, but we're just going to go on a journey, everyone. And I'm going to be like,
chaos.
Right, exactly. Where are we now? And I promise you guys, you are in for a real treat. It's going to be a little bit longer tonight. We might even take a break as needed. But you guys, I hope that you are ready to explore the world around us. This, if nothing else, we need to just start looking up and looking around, because what we have in this world is unbelievable. And he is just one of the great ones out there capturing these beautiful moments from around the world. So please go give him a follow. Fred, I only got you on X. If you're anywhere else, let the people know. But you guys, if you're on X, go give him a follow right now.
I am not on anything but X social media wise. I find that is actually more time consuming than I can handle. The amount of time I spend on X trying to keep up with just posting some photos once in a while and responding and staying in touch with folks.
Right.
It's been an overwhelming task, kind of. So, and I've tried to kind of get a better balance. So, hey, follow me, but I'd love to have more people to interact with, but at the same time,
well,
I don't understand how people are on so many different social media.
Exactly. I mean, I've got 2 that I basically run. We stream on more than that, but 2 as far as my art group goes. And, the thing is, if you're following him, share out his work. That's what I mean by not only giving him a follow, but share out his work as all of my guests, because we want the world to see it. X is is becoming really known for art, which I love. And it's, a global medium. So you guys make sure that if you're following, share his work, tell him how awesome he is, do something. But I'm with you. By the time I'm done with my good mornings, I'm like, I've got a life. I've got things to do. I'm going to have a job. I'm starting my doctorate. I'm doing all this kind of stuff. I'm like, I can't be on here. But I think people make it a career, but I can't do that. Right.
Yeah, I can't either. For the most part, what I try to do is at least, touch in as much as I can. Anybody that likes mine, I try and go to their account, find out what they're doing, what they've posted recently. If I don't see it in any of my feeds, hi, Cask.
Right. You got to talk a little bit about your music. I don't have that pulled up for tonight, but yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Cask. I'm glad you enjoy it. I wore this stuff tonight just to say, hey, I do play in a band. I sing and play drums, and because this was the coolest thing I had to wear. But yeah, I try and always make sure that somebody that takes the time to interact with my stuff, I interact with theirs as much as possible. We might actually have a lady from Tokyo on tonight. I'm hoping Bianca checks in. If she's out there, it's breakfast time in Tokyo, she told me. So it might be she tunes in later. We'll see.
Nice. I just feel really honored because you usually tell me good morning, Fred, every morning. So I'm really thrilled. You're awesome.
I try. I'll for what it's worth. I don't know if anybody else does this, but I created a list and populated it with the photographers that I would like to go through each day and see what they're up to. It's cumbersome in some ways, and I've learned over the course of time, I can't put on people that repost a lot because it just gets to be too much, especially, no offense, but you always repost the good mornings and everything. Trying to get through those to get to the photographs. So what I do is I have another list that I don't go through specifically like you are on, where I go in and see what are we up to, say good morning, those folks like that, and check in with those folks to do a lot of reposting and quote posting and that kind of stuff.
That's right. Well, I love it. And thank you so much. I appreciate that. And it also reminds me, by the way, I'm like, oh, I need to go to his account and share what he's put out there. Because a lot of times, if you're not posting it in the community, the little group over there, I don't see it because there's so many different people. And so if you guys say good morning to me, might even remind me to go look at your account and post and share what you guys are doing as well. So
great tip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great tip.
That's right. All right. You ready to go on an adventure, Fred?
Let's go.
All right. This one I just loved. I just caught my attention. I had to put it first. Where are we?
Okay. This is Phipps Conservatory, very well known. And last summer, I had some friends visiting and staying with us that wanted to go back to Phipps. One of them retired as a botanist for the city of Philadelphia. She had worked her entire career in the environmental side of the business. We all became connected through the Lord of the Rings, a mutual thing 20 some years ago when the films first came out. So when they came back this time, because they hadn't been back in a number of years. I had a real camera. And so last summer, I managed to get a lot of nice shots. This one in particular was an exhibit that you couldn't get deep into. So I was glad I brought along a long enough lens so I could zoom in. They have beautiful flowers. They put together this gorgeous waterfall. You can see the structure to the outer right.
Right.
Yeah, Cask, you'd love to go there. And I invite, I tell people all the time, if you're coming to Pittsburgh, it's definitely one of those gorgeous afternoon, morning, whole day things you would very, very much like to spend time at. No matter the time of year, it's always they have something going on all the time. So we went in the summer last year. I think it was in late July, early August, probably early August. And they had this whole safari African exhibit going on. Yeah, somebody else has been there. Yeah. So that's what this is from. This is actually taken from, it's not too close. I think I was a good, I'm bad at measurements, 50 yards. It's the length of if you see the structure, that structure is very long, and there's a lot more in front of this and there's a bunch behind it. But I thought this in particular made a really good example of all the stuff in the exhibit.
Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, besides the amazing botanical wonderland going around this, the sculptures, from the toucan to the jaguar. I mean, just absolutely beautifully done.
Yeah, they have a amazing creativity in their group of people. They're always thinking about something. Yeah, they are. Thank you. I'm trying to think of the right way to put this. Whenever they're considering an exhibit like this and they work out the flora and the fauna, they find ways that are very complementary. And then they have, like you said, this incredible ability to sculpt some things to put into the exhibits. They host some permanent Chihuly glass sculptures. They had a big Chihuly event. Oh, geez. I can't remember how long ago now, but they had the whole place surrounded with his stuff. And they have some of them still. They have them on display. So they're beautiful to walk through. And they surprise you, in like certain areas. Ooh, I didn't know that was going to be there. So
right.
it's like a flower museum that constantly changes.
Well, they're just incorporating the whole world of art. I mean, This is what I love so much about the art world, because a lot of times people just think, it's just painting. No, I mean, it could be like the botanical gardens, and just look at how they organize, the different foliage, plant life, and then mingling, like you said, the glass work or sculptures. I mean, this is all art form, and it's absolutely beautifully designed. And what a great way to start the show off tonight with such a wonderful piece.
Thank you.
Oh, I know. Well, they all are great, but this one just is so colorful, Fred. I was like, oh my God, it's awesome. I want to go there. But that's the great thing about your photography is each place I'm like, I want to go there, right? And that is wonderful to take us there through your wonderful work.
Come to Pittsburgh. We'll go.
My brother lived there for a really long time. He went to the University of Pittsburgh for his master's and his graduate degrees. So I have
Fitz isn't far from the university.
Right.
Fitz is virtually on the campus.
Maybe someday, Fred, I'll take you up on that offer. We're like, all right.
Yeah.
Just not the next few weeks, that's for sure. All right. Where are we at, my friend? I think I can guess what you tell us.
Yeah, this is Iceland.
Iceland, that's what I thought.
And I believe that this is one of the ones that I took with the iPhone.
Wow.
No, I couldn't have. No, I couldn't possibly. No, I take it back. It can't possibly be. Thank you. Yeah, Iceland, just full of waterfalls everywhere, and it's nuts. So no, because of the whiteness of the water, it had to be a little bit time lapse. So it had to be a regular camera. So this is one of my first camera excursions. It was because I was going to Iceland the first time that I got a real camera, because I was in love with the idea of getting night shots. And I got my first opportunity there after doing a night shot class north of Pittsburgh with a photographer who takes people out into a dark sky area at the northern edge of Pennsylvania. But I got lucky because you can see in the upper left, there's a bird flying, kind of coming into the frame. And I did kind of okay. It's not well processed. This was before I understood a lot about, how to make things stick out a little bit better, how to back them off a little bit so that you highlight the subject a little bit more. It could probably use some breathing room here and there. But it was the first time with a real camera and learning composition as I was going. And, Iceland is like Ireland. If you can't take good pictures at either of those countries, throw your camera away, go do something else with your life. I mean, seriously. And I even told some guy in Ireland that I said, if you come over here with any kind of camera, on a boogie board, Frosty, you're wild.
Yes, I know.
You wouldn't last. You wouldn't get too far down that.
No,
It'd be kind of painful. But yeah, they're two of a kind in that way for different dramatic reasons. And Iceland's just full of gorgeous scenery,
isn't it? I mean, that's the whole joke of the name. I mean, they did that to literally confuse, so that they would not know, but it's so green and so beautiful. And you've been there twice, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
The first time I thought I was ready. I'd had a camera for all of like 3 months, and I'd taken that dark sky course, and I thought, oh, I'll get there. And the first thing I learned was that I not only didn't understand the camera well enough, and I'll pass this along to anybody that this would help. The most important thing, you've got to know the camera in your hand so well. You're not thinking about where you're grabbing the settings.
Right.
So I defaulted to, even though I knew I could do other things, I just defaulted to automatic the whole time because my hands were freezing. I hadn't taken that into account at all. And even though I had brought some gloves, I didn't know how to work a camera with gloves on. And it wasn't so much frigid cold. We were there in October that year, but it was cold enough with the wind blowing that my hands just within moments were just freezing up. And so trying to work the buttons, trying to steady the camera,
Good.
I thought I was ready. I wasn't ready.
Nope. But that's why you go back and you're like, now I am. This is just phenomenal. The composition of this, the blue skies and the greens and the water. I mean, it's just amazing.
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing. I love it. Love it. Okay. Take us here.
Okay. So this is Mackinac Island, Upper Michigan. This is the opposite end of the island from the Grand Hotel. I didn't post this one. I posted the shot I took of the Grand Hotel, which has that massive sweeping porch. So if any of you tuning in, you're familiar with that building. Probably you've seen pictures of it numerous times. If nothing else, I'm sure you'd have heard. The Grand Hotel at Mackinac is one of those incredible building structures that has the largest covered porch in the world.
Wow.
So this doesn't get the notice that does. Right. And when you get down there and you see how pretty and well appointed all of it is, and then ta-da, I get lucky again. Gull comes flying right in above it while I'm lining up the shot. It's like and I should say this too, because I shoot a lot of critters, wildlife, whatever. I leave my camera. Thanks, Frosty. I leave my camera in burst mode. Thank you. I leave it in burst mode because it can't. Yeah, it is a gorgeous place to hang out and relax. It can't hurt to take too many of the same shot. It can't. Right. I'm not using film. If you're using film, okay, that's a consideration. I'm not using film. I'm on a digital piece. If you have to throw them away, you throw them away. So what? Cask, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's one of those American, spots that everybody should get a chance to go and unwind. Just drop everything for a few days at least, and just soak in that old charm, the beauty of the place, the serenity. No cars allowed. You've got to take a ferry to get over there. You go around on bicycle, you go around on horsepower, in buggies and whatnot, or you walk. We did a lot of walking. But anyway, back to the picture in particular. I get lucky. The gull flies in. I take hit a burst of shots, and then just pick the one where the gull's in the right spot. Everything's kind of lined up.
Right.
Oh, was it in Dirty Dancing?
I don't know about that. I don't think it is, but it does remind me of that movie too. That's kind of one of the things I thought too. Yeah. So
I think that was in the Catskills. I thought
it was in the Catskills.
Yeah, but it might look a whole lot like that same time frame of construction.
Right.
Late 1900, or I think it was not late 1900, late 1800s.
Right. So, from what I'm looking, the Dirty Dancing movie, that was a mountain lake lodge in Pembroke, Virginia, I guess. I don't know. So I don't know. And they used part of from Lake Lure, North Carolina. So they were all over the place, guys. So,
okay. So this very well could have,
right? Could have been in there. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. I just could go there and just relax. It's just a beautiful setting. It's just wonderful. So did you actually vacation there for how long?
We only went for 5 days last August, because we actually didn't have, we traveled with a couple who were going to Italy, and we were going to Japan, and none of us had actually the extra time to do much, but everybody had wanted to go here, and we figured 5 days is plenty, so we drove up, which soaked up a couple of days, and
right.
and just dropped. We got there, stayed in a nice B&B, and the first thing we found out is everybody in town has somebody taking care of the flowers. They get fresh flowers. They're all beautiful. It's just kind of like sort of living in Phipps Conservatory, out in the real world. So you walk out, the lobby's got flowers. You walk outside, the front has new flowers. Everybody up and down the streets, it's just everywhere. There's some color. There's some pretty beauty, old world architecture,
Absolutely amazing. That's got to be on the bucket list. But I'll tell you what, there's somewhere else you just went. We're going to get to it. That's on my bucket list first. But that is awesome. And this is one of the pieces here. And I know I told you they're not in any rhyme or reason. But I was like, oh my gosh, check this out.
Okay, so on the list of things in the world that you don't understand everything about, they call it a Gundam. It's a transformer, but they refer to this area, and right to the Gundam's left side, past that 15,000 screen, there's another area, and it literally says Gundam headquarters. I actually have a picture of that section, which I didn't send you because it's more like a tourist photo keeper. But this one wasn't working. They had it at one time, I think, actually moving the arms, doing some of the folding up that the Transformers do. The head moved. I think they had some noises, but it had lived its life. Yeah, it might be Voltron. I don't know the Transformers.
I don't know either. I don't know.
However, it's not there anymore. Just a couple months ago, my wife was flipping through something thing on Facebook that she follows about Japan. You know what? You're right, Frosty. It's so sad this week with everybody we lost. We lost him too.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the thing is, this is gone now, and the photos, I have numerous photos from different angles, but I thought this one, because it shows, and I'll explain it this way. We were staying near there in Tokyo, and that gave us really easy access on our free time, for the first few days we were in Japan. To just walk over there was like a 10-minute walk. And Diver City, which is the building right behind, is a big mall. And as you can see on the outside, Nike and H&M and all the other logos. But there's food court, there's all kinds of just shops and different. There was a Mexican restaurant in there. There was an Italian restaurant. I mean, you don't think you're going to go to Tokyo and eat, other ethnic cuisine, but you do because they do too. They
Right.
absorb all this culture. So, but you shop in there, you look at the clothes, you find bargains. Like I got this great polo
Amazing.
shirt for like $20.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, all kinds of stuff. So it was
Right.
nice to be able to do that. But the whole area leading up to this had like how the French are great at giving out sculptures and whatnot, right? They had created this needle. I couldn't actually get a great picture of, but it was to commemorate some agreement with them in Japan about trade and peace and fostering fellowship. You can move down a little bit longer. Somebody actually has a Statue of Liberty, and I don't remember if I sent that to you.
You did.
Okay.
It's in
Okay.
my things. Yep.
Okay. So all this stuff isn't all that far away from each other. All this stuff is fairly, 10, 15 away from each other. And it's, again, a really pretty area to walk through. And one thing about Japan, I'll never stop saying, it's clean, unbelievable. There's no garbage can anywhere because everybody takes it with them, throws it out when they get home.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, this
Absolutely awesome. The angle on this as well too. It's just fantastic because it makes him look like he's. Go ahead. Sorry. Your mic's kind of. Yeah, your mic's kind of going in and out, Fred. I don't know.
Yeah.
Am I doing the same?
Yeah, you're freezing and unfreezing a little bit.
Okay.
I saw them a couple times, and then I saw yours freeze a little bit.
I don't know. Sorry about that. But this is fantastic. And then this is another one from there. It's amazing. Tell us about this piece.
Right now, I'm still seeing a Gundam.
Maybe try going back out and come back in. And he's frozen. Am I frozen, guys? Please let me know. Everybody give me a 5x5 if I'm okay or if I'm frozen. Oh, it's Fred that's freezing. Okay, thank you very much, guys. It's got to be his connection. Dang, internet connection. You lost him. Yep. Maybe he went out, everybody. He will be back in. Try this again. In the meantime, so awesome. I love you guys' comments. Thank you guys so much. That's awesome. Okay, thank you guys for keeping me up to date. Isn't this beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. You guys are 5x6. You guys crack me up. Oh, you guys crack me up. It is just absolutely beautiful. Who wants to go to Japan? I am telling you. I know we will see the magic of Fred unfold on this show one way or another. But hopefully he comes back in just a minute and we get this fixed. If not, we're just going to keep on streaming. You're just excited. He had a picture of somewhere I've been. That is so exciting, Cass. Isn't that great? I don't know how many of you guys are world travelers. I have not been to Iceland yet. I have not been to Japan yet. Japan is on my bucket list. I even got the honey, the husband was like, yeah, I might go there. That'd be a great place to go check out. And I'm like, I know, let's go. This skyline is phenomenal. I know. The angle that he took even on the last one made that transformer look way bigger and way taller than the mall, right? Just love his perspective on his work. Thank you guys for your wonderful comments. Mac Island. I know. It's awesome. I know. I think that the skyline is fantastic as well. I don't know. I'm checking to see if he's messaging me. I guess we can check my Gmail. But everything is going great on my end. Oh my gosh, would be the only place you'd be willing to travel. Maybe that's where we have the Artist Corner Festival. I would go to Japan. See, me too. That might be where we have the Artist Corner Festival. I don't know, or we just have the Artist Corner Retreat. How awesome would that be? I think that's awesome. I do have a honeydew bucket list. I do, and it's funny because oh yes, oh I know the food would be phenomenal there. Thank you, Gitten. I think the food would be phenomenal as well. And I have a honeydew list, which is getting really dwindled down. You know, you guys were 3 days and counting until the big move. But I do have a honeydew bucket list, JJ. All the places I would like to go, but Nurse Patrick won't go with. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, it would be great to go to Japan. You guys let me know. I don't know. Somebody get it organized. We'll all just go there. Greece would be another one I think would be awesome. There we go, guys. Look who's back.
I don't know what happened. It wouldn't load. So I said, let's take it all apart and start again. Sorry about that.
It's okay. We were just talking about all of us wanting to go on a trip to Japan. So we're just like, ew, this is awesome. And
lifelong dream. Lifelong dream. We saved up a long time to do it. And now it's like, oh, we didn't see this. Oh, we didn't see that. We have to go back. So I have to hit the lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That area I was talking about, again, not if you look to the center here in the foreground, all those flowers and everything, that whole section leads down the walkway over to where Diver City and the Gundam, is or was. So we left there and came down here just to see what was going on. And of course, they refer to it as the Rainbow Bridge or the Peace Bridge is all lit up. You can see that in the background. People out walking, just strolling, relaxing. This is also off to the right where you can't see it. Down towards the water is where that replica of the Statue of Liberty is, which they did a really beautiful job for a small version of it. It's detailed very, very nicely.
Okay, as you're talking, because I didn't put it in that order, I just assumed it went with something else. So keep talking. I'm going to find it, and we'll load it up right now because you keep talking about it. I want people to see what you're talking about. There we go. All right, so we're going to load this back up.
I can see you talking, but I lost your sound.
Really?
Well, there it is.
I found it for you.
Can you hear me? Okay. I can't hear you.
Okay.
Well, it's not me this time. I don't know what to do to get your sound back.
I don't know either.
Is there a setting I can check?
Okay, hold on.
No, that's me turning my sound off. Default external headphones. I don't have external headphones. All right, so that redirected it into.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
All right, there we go. I just wanted to go, since we were talking about this statue so much, I just went and clicked so that we could show everybody what you were talking about.
Yeah, down at that, like I was saying, down past that side, I think you can kind of see another part of the bridge in the background, but this is kind of nicely lit. We were there a little bit before dusk, as opposed to the other one. We were there, after dark. Beautiful rendering. I think you can see the detail pretty well. It's got that just weathered look to it, the whole bit, and it's just so gorgeous, and it's so exciting to see them have something like that. I can't remember who donated it, but you could probably look up, find out, but just to have that down there it was really quite a sight and unexpected.
It's funny because there are hundreds of replicas. I don't think people really understand that, whatever. But so let me see who donated this. It was built by the Tokyo Waterfront Area Urban Development Council.
Okay.
So and donated to the Tokyo metropolitan government. But there are, hundreds of replicas that exist all over the world. And you guys might not know this, but over 15 countries host their own versions, including Japan, Ukraine, France, and Germany. That's just a little FYI. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it's real.
Know that either.
Yeah, that's very interesting to hear that. And like I said, it's a real big surprise when you come upon that, not expecting to see it. But I think that shows just how much the initial artist's idea about this and how they gifted it to America means as that symbol around the world.
Right.
That really is powerful. It's really powerful.
Right. Liberty and justice for all. I mean, that's why she's called Lady Liberty, and people really, countries resonate with that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we get a little bit of history on the show too, guys.
Hey, it's part of art. It's part of art, right?
Yes, it is. Art history, that's for sure. Okay. And so I didn't have that in that right order, but I wanted to bounce to it because we were talking about it so much. We could do that here. So, oh my gosh, look at what you captured on this one. Wow.
This is the very first dark sky astrophotography shot I've ever taken. This one was the result of me seeking out a photographer for a county that is at the edge of Pennsylvania and New York. It's a northern county, and it's a state park, Cherry Hill State Park, noted for having dark sky opportunity. So this guy is kind of, well, he is the official photographer for that county. I can't think of the name of the county. But he holds, on weekend nights, he holds photography sessions for people who want to learn to do this. So I had contacted him and he said he was sold out of spots, but that if I was coming anyway, which we were, he'd stay in touch with me and see about letting me in. And when I was talking to him, I was telling him I was brand new and still looking for any kind of, because I'd only had the camera about 3-4 weeks. He was suggesting that I take another course with him in the field that afternoon. There you go, Cherry Springs State Park. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, yeah, I took him up on that. We spent the afternoon or the late morning with him at what is called the Little Grand Canyon. It's a well-known section of the mountains in the northern part of the state. And for a lot of people that might not know, thank you very much. The entire chain, the Allegheny chain, is part of the Appalachian chain. We're all kind of like Appalachians. And a lot of people don't think about it that way. Thanks, Cass. But we are, and that section up there has a lot of big gorges, very interesting valleys. And so he took us for a little photography tour, some of those spots. Thank you. So for my first effort, this ain't bad.
No.
With him walking me through it. And he said to me after I took the course in the afternoon, show up, because I'm sure there'll be people that won't show up. And if they do, I don't care. I'll take one more person. And then he told me I was the only person that ever spent the whole day with him.
Really?
Yeah, afternoon and night, because most people don't bother to do the afternoon. I learned so much. I learned so much.
Right.
That might make a good painting.
It might. I've always wanted to do, I lived in northern Arizona and we were so close to the top, and it just was in an area where I felt like you go out, it was like pitch dark except for the stars, and it just felt like you could reach up and grab them, and I could never capture that. So I just really admire when somebody can go out there, and I don't know what equipment or filters or anything that you're using to get this kind of stuff, but obviously there's a way, but it's not, you can't just snap it with well, maybe the iPhones now, but I don't know.
They do have a feature. Like if you stick it up in the sky, the iPhone now will say, hey, dark sky, hold still for 3 seconds, and it'll take a decent 3-second astrophotography shot. Not crazy great, but good. Yeah, I agree. Only God. But yeah, but yeah, you're in awe. I mean, even just standing there looking at it, what you can see with your naked eye is nowhere near like this, but you can see that dust trail. You can see
Mhm.
tons of stars, and you get that sense. And then when you hit that shutter and it's done, and you look at the preview,
Wow.
oh wow, that's all up there, because that
Right.
shutter stays open roughly 8 seconds,
Right.
and that's what gives it a chance to get all the light. So to answer your question, yes, iPhone, but no, I didn't have anything special. No
Right.
filter, just the
Wow.
camera, tripod, and I think I had an external trigger. So because I hadn't yet figured out the process of hit the button back up, because you need a very still moment, and you
Right.
can set the shutter release to go off 2 to 10 seconds, giving it time to settle down once you hit the shutter. So he
Mhm.
taught me how the primary issue with all this is the right lens. You got to have a good wide angle lens. You want to keep it as wide a field as possible. You want to have focused to infinity before it gets dark. And then you put a piece of tape on it, on whatever lens you're using. Say, don't move this. Keep it in place. You kind of lock it down in that spot. Gets dark, now you're ready to go. So you usually go 8, maybe 10 seconds at the most, because stars are moving, planet
Mhm.
is, Earth is moving. If you leave it open too long, you get smears.
Right.
You lose the pinpoint. Now, this isn't real pinpoint. This is good, but again, first effort, still learning. I'm
Mhm.
thrilled. I was just
Oh my
knocked out.
gosh. I know this just excites me because this is the kind of stuff that I really love to do. I love my planets and my skies and whatever, and I'm always,
Yep.
the dust trails. And I mean, not that I want to be in, a rocket or a space station, but I can't even imagine what they see. Right. And then whenever the Hubble comes out with new, images, or NASA comes out with new images, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so awesome. They're so beautiful. Right. And we
Yeah.
see this here on Earth. Look at this, everyone. And how magnificent is this photo?
And I'm going to embarrass myself because I can't get the names out quickly enough. But if anybody wants to send me a message on X, or just post, there are a couple of people on the photography list that I keep that only post astrophotography stuff, and they're terrific. One of them's overseas, and I can't think of her name. They're all terrific.
Mhm.
And they do deep sky. They
Nice.
they do the, like they're getting galaxies and
Wow.
oh yeah, and it's
Please
just
invite them to my show, Fred. I would love to have them on. In fact, we got somebody coming from Germany tomorrow, 1 o'clock in the
yeah.
morning their time. So I
One
would
of
love
them
it.
one of
Yeah.
them is States based,
Nice.
and the others I think UK. I
How
you know I
awesome.
put out that thing a couple times saying, hey, get in touch
I
with
know.
you. Maybe, like the next time I see anything from either one of them, I'll see if I can't direct something to you you can
Okay.
reach out, because I think it's more personal if it comes from
Yeah,
you.
it is.
And
And
you know,
you can just even DM me a few accounts to look at, and I'll go make
okay,
my introductions. I just don't see them, and it's kind of because there's so much going on. I mean, it's once you post a good morning, I swear that's all I see all day. So it's
yeah,
like it's just the algorithm. So
yeah,
I would love the introductions because I'm always looking to, even if they just join the group and I get to honor them,
sure,
how awesome is it? So
yeah,
thank you. This piece is fantastic, my friend.
thank you.
Now this one caught me. The composition of this one, I had to put this on, your promo. I just love the composition of this.
Okay, I'm gonna have a little fun. I'm glad you
Okay.
picked this. I'm gonna have a little fun about this, because this is one of those, it ain't what it looks like.
Okay.
So it is Florida,
Mhm.
not any place crazy exotic. It is Florida. What do you think's in the background?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Because now that you said it's nothing exotic, I'm like, what are we looking at? House plants?
No, it
No,
is
but
outside. It is
okay,
outside.
right. I mean, your eye thinks that there's a beach and an ocean right there, because of the blurriness. But I'm assuming that that is not exactly what we're looking at all. Maybe it's a banister. I have no idea.
Okay. I'm cagey about it because it's one of those moments when they happen. I just like, oh, I want to get this shot. And I'm trying to figure the best way. I like to play the dramatic side of it.
No,
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you. All right, I'll just tell it from the beginning. When we go to Fort Myers, we stay at a Motel 6 because it's so cheap.
So it is, right?
You got it, Cask. It is sort
In a
of.
building.
Okay, so in the parking lot, I get out of the car and I'm looking across the street. What you see in the background, I think, is a CVS. And the blue is actually the highway. It just blued out a little bit. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is the highway across the street. The pink is like a CVS and a couple of buildings that are restaurants. But I got out of the parking lot and I saw that bunch in the middle hanging off of the tree. And I looked at this. I've got a composition and a beautiful growth right in the center. I'm taking pictures with my phone. I'm not liking what I'm seeing. I'm walking away. I come out with the camera. I don't like what I'm seeing. And it occurs to me, it's going to be timing with light. You always got to think about the light. So finally, I think after a couple of days.
It is hilarious.
Yeah. Well, listen, when you see a composition, thank you.
Right.
You that's the point, right?
Right.
You get that. Now, how do I get it? How do I get it?
Mm-hmm.
And my wife was looking at me going, what's so special about this? I can't tell you till I can show you. And I can't show you because I'm not getting special. It yet. You know, and so two things had to happen. I had to have the right light and I had to be able to get a decent enough focus I'm sure you get this. To get the background blurred right, you got to get the right bokeh, but you also can't be too on top sometimes of the subject. So you've got to, you know, so I think I used the 24-70. Yeah, this is, so I'm backing up enough so that I can crop it in later and still, you know, use a low enough shutter or not aperture to get this. Yeah. Thanks, Cass. To get this blurry enough so that it's tricking your eye into thinking beach scene. Sure. That looks like, you know, a little bit of a waterway in between you and another beach on the other side. And that was what I was aiming for. Plus the gorgeous 3 pieces of palm in the front. I had to wait for the wind not to be blowing so that the fronds weren't, you know, all blurry and messy, all those kinds of things. And then processing became settling the back down, bringing the front up, getting the balance so that everything worked together, as opposed to this jumps out and that's still too bright, or, you know, all those kinds of things. So you have, you know, working through that process took a couple of times back and forth.
I would have never guessed Florida. I would have thinking this was someplace exotic, you know. I was like, there's never. And so the amazing thing about this whole entire story is what you were able to see with that artist eye and then create by just manipulating the situation to get this a massively phenomenal shot. I mean, it really is. I saw this and I was like, oh yeah, okay, this one's on. It's everything about it, you know.
Yeah,
it's phenomenal.
Thank you. And it's a Motel 6 parking lot, and it's just the divider between one side of the parking lot and the other. It's just some trees that they planted in that divider. It's like a little median strip, you know? Yeah.
I know. I was thinking you were going to say, nah, this is some kind of house plant, or because when you said, what do you think it is? I'm like, it's not where I'm visualizing, you know? But I think that's the greatness about it, because you're sitting there thinking, I don't even see what it is there. It's like, this is some beach, some tropical place somewhere, you know, I'm just going to sit there and enjoy it. And you caught this magnificently. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. You guys had a lot of fun with this in the chats. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to go with Marvel, and that's the most beautiful CVS I have ever seen. You should title it CVS and people will be like, what? What is he talking about? Oh, that is awesome. This is so beautiful. Right? Okay, you guys were thinking houseplant as well. As soon as you said that, I'm like, okay, we're not looking at what we're thinking we're looking at. But
they're full-grown palm trees.
right? Magnificent. Well, that green. I mean, the palm trees I've ever seen are, usually West Coast. So, I mean, or, well, I guess even in Cuba, they got the brown and the bark and whatever. So they have just this bright neon green contrasting with those red, berries. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thanks.
Absolutely fantastic. You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. From there to the swamps.
More Florida.
More Florida.
This is a tourist trap. It's a great one, but it is a tourist trap. It's called Silver Spring.
Okay.
And not far from Fort Myers. We knew about it, and I wasn't sure we really felt like it was that interesting. Their big selling point is that they have glass bottom boats, which are fun, but impossible to shoot through. I mean, I wasted a whole lot of time trying to shoot down it. There's glare, there's muck, there's even the stuff you can see. You get it back there and go, what did I do? But they also have these gorgeous grounds, and this one was across from, we'll call it the glass bottom boat port. This was on the other side. It was grounds you could get to, but from this side, with all that gorgeous stuff just hanging down, and the light was really good for that time of day. Florida can be, it's really tricky. And it was a bright day. It wasn't like an overcast day. Clouds, but, still bright sunshine. So later in the day, a little bit less. Thank you. N-phenyl is, what's the N? I don't want to call you N.
That's Nancy. Our Nancy. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Nancy. I'll try and keep that in mind. So I was standing on the other side because I knew there were some birds that I might see. It is Cask. It really is for a tourist trap. Mm-hmm. I knew there were birds in the area that were going to be a little unusual. So I had the longer lens on. I thought, I'm standing far enough across here. I can pull it back to like 100, right. And just take this as a land. You don't usually think about doing that with a telephoto, but sometimes it works well. And this is one of those times. Mm-hmm. For us old enough, I don't know how many people will remember there was a TV show called Sea Hunt. You guys.
No, I'm going to look that up.
Yeah. Jeff Bridges' father.
Okay. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, Sea Hub. Okay.
Hunt.
Sea
Hunt. Hunt. Yeah.
Okay.
It was 60s. It was about
Lloyd Bridges, right? 1958. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Dad of Jeff and can't think of Randy. No. Jeff and whatever. He produced
the series made scuba diving famous. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Big thing was him. Yeah. Well, they filmed it here. That and The Creature from the Black Lagoon. And they,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That.
So it's Oh, Nancy, you know.
She loves sea hunts.
Right? Thanks, JJ.
Right? Amazing. Oh, okay. Yeah. Alionis remembers that. Cask remembers that. So you're not alone, my friend.
We watched it all the time. It was a big adventure to see a guy with scuba gear and they filmed underwater.
Right. Wow.
But I'll tell you what, their stories about the filming of The Creature from the Black Lagoon are amazing, because that guy in that wetsuit had to be able to hold his breath for 5 minutes. I mean, they were filming underwater, and then he had to come up and, oh man. So yeah, interesting place for other reasons than the glass bottom boats.
Nice. Very beautiful.
It's gorgeous too. Yeah.
Yeah. This is your last edition, but I threw it in the middle. Right? Like, one more.
I hadn't even been sure I was going to keep this, because trying to get the sun where it was and the rest of it I kept cropping parts of SpaceX out and cropping, like deeper, and I finally gave up and said, wide angle, forget it. This is what it's going to be. And the more I look at it, the better I feel about it. In some ways, I don't know that I can actually do the justice that it was to see in person for the sun that low on the horizon. I don't get to see that. Going to Texas that way, seeing that a couple of times was really inspiring, but tough to shoot because I don't ever get to shoot something like that. So the one night, the one day we went down and spent some time around there, I just got so lucky to see that happen. And to tell tales out of school, kind of, that's why we went to Texas this year instead of Florida for our winter vacation. I wanted to see, yeah, Nancy, it's something incredible to see that low on the horizon and that huge. Really? Okay, Cass. I'm glad it's at least an interesting comp. I keep thinking that the foreground's too much.
No, I mean, so I'm a lines girl. I really like that. And so the lines across the sun and the lines up front, I mean, they just draw you and pull you in through that whole piece. So I think the lines in the dirt and the pathway help kind of curve me and steer me to that sun. So
Okay.
the lines in that sun just blow my mind. That is so wonderful. From the cloud formation, the way they've lined it. I'm like, that is awesome, Fred.
Thank you. I'm glad it strikes a chord with everybody. Like I said, I was a little.
See?
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Data. I appreciate the feedback. Because sometimes, like it may not be obvious to me, and it takes me a little time occasionally to either warm up to something that I think I see something that I'm happy with, but like you keep going back, and and I thought about it, and I thought I really want to share this with you, even if we didn't put it in there. Thank you.
You're
Um,
welcome.
uh, yeah, I thought if nothing else, you should at least see some of that stuff from that trip. That I'm currently working on things. I'm about, I don't know, 30% done. I got a long way to go.
They agree with that. The curves from the lines draw you right to that sun. So I see, right
Okay.
on alone. Great composition though. I love it. I'm glad
Thank
you
you.
sent it to me, and we had to definitely include it because you did send me a whole lot. So I didn't get every one of them, but this caught my attention. I thought this
Okay.
was amazing, absolutely amazing. Love it. Oh, I think we are back in Iceland, aren't we?
Oh, this is Iceland.
It looks cold. It looks cold.
It was cold. Actually, this is not. It actually wasn't cold. This was the first
Really?
trip, so it was in July.
Wow.
The first time we went was in July. The second was in October because we wanted to be able to see the Northern Lights. This beach is actually quite famous for the. Yeah, thank you. The contrasts are really something.
Isn't it?
The black sand beaches along the coast are very famous. They're so unusual. And our second time through, we were treated to one of them being covered with snow, which was really fascinating. But the first time to be down at this one, our guide told me she likes to go down to the beach. Most people wouldn't come down the small walkway. They thought it was dirty. They didn't want to get wet. It was a rainy day. I'm in Iceland. I'm going,
Mm-hmm.
And when I got down there, you can see in the curve past the side, she was over there having a prayerful moment. I mean, I didn't think of her as particularly religious. She did talk about Icelandic lore, and turned out she's a very spiritual woman. And this beach in particular was a place of meditation for her. And when I walked down there, I hadn't seen her yet, and I was just kind of lining up pictures to take. I just, with the roar of the sea just coming in and out gradual, I just felt like everything melting out. All those little things that build up all day long that you don't even notice. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
It would be a
Frosty.
great place for that.
Yeah, Cask, that is Iceland to a T, the stark beauty.
And I thought it would look cold too. I didn't know what it was, maybe because of the mist and everything going on in the back.
Yeah.
But
a rainy day at a spot like that, yeah, Nancy, will trick you into thinking it's frigid, and it's not. Like I said, it was July, probably like 74 degrees. So, but yeah, slightly rainy day, not too threatening in a great way, but
beautiful.
yeah, just to be at that spot and capture that feeling was a big deal for me.
Oh, I bet. So we got Japan and we got Iceland. I'm making a list here, my friend. This is what I love when you come on, because next thing I know, my husband will come on and be like, so this is where we got to go now. Like, oh, okay. But I haven't been there. I mean, the farthest north, I guess, I've been is Ireland, so.
That's gorgeous there.
Yeah, it is. But I would really love to go there. I mean, I guess, no, that's not true because I was born in Scotland. So, but I would love to go see Iceland. And it just, it's one of these places. This is why I encourage people, you got to travel the world. Or if you don't want to leave the country, at least travel the country. Get out of your city.
Yeah.
And go see some of this amazing beauty that exists. Fantastic.
Ah, right. Downtown Pittsburgh.
Right. And I know this area. Like I said, I've been there a few times, but, I recognize
Mellon Square.
Right. Beautiful.
Okay. So for people that don't know, on the right is the famous William Penn Hotel. It's a 4-star luxury. But you can go in there, have a meal, have a drink. We've actually on like holidays, they're the only place to go grab breakfast on like New Year's morning. We stayed there for New Year's Eve one year. I think last time you and I did, I had that misty shot from Market Square area that we talked about. And we were staying at the hotel just for the night, just to be in the middle of the hoopla. And that was, we went out, I took my camera, we went out and shot a bunch of stuff that night. This is from last fall. And my wife's law firm, where she works. Yeah, thanks, Cask. We're really lucky to have that kind of foliage in the middle of the city. But it was her move out day. And so I took pictures here, and from up top, they were kind of, but this was the best of the bunch that captured the fountains already turned off on the right. The leaves have already changed. A little bit of the William Penn on the right. Directly behind it. Thank you, Frosty. Yeah. Everybody raves about PNC Park. The building behind with the kind of aqua colored windows is the Alcoa building. This is aluminum steel structure. Alcoa headquarters there for many years. It's a fascinating piece of architecture. And one of those spots, I actually got to work in there when I was, there was a small chain of restaurants in town called B&G, and I worked as a short order cook at the Alcoa building location while I was going to night school and, trying to figure out how to get on with life, right? So you get a chance to work in downtown in a couple of these really interesting places. It gets you a different appreciation for it as you grow older, But yeah, this captures a few really nice little details about just the area.
Yes.
Thanks, Dada. Yeah.
And I love when they put these wonderful moments inside of like downtown areas, because you can get swallowed up by and there's some beautiful architecture, and there's some that are not so much, and then they have these amazing green spaces, and you're like, oh, I'm so glad they incorporate these moments,
Yeah.
Stop and pause and look at the beautifulness, because look at how vibrant this color is.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful.
I agree. And I know you love it there. How long have you lived in Pittsburgh?
I'm a lifer.
You're a lifer.
Yeah.
Nice. After traveling the world, you have no idea if you want to go anywhere else?
Yeah. I've had that experience multiple times where I've gone places and said, I should move here. I should retire. I should, It's I don't know if it's just us. I think a lot of it might be ethnicity, but we're all kind of tied to home.
Yeah.
A lot of us, even, and I think that's one of the funny things maybe people don't know about the area. The reason the Pittsburgh Steelers got to be so big as a fan base is because when the steel mills didn't make it in the 70s, all those people that had to leave town to get jobs, get work, move on with their lives,
Right.
Started creating Steeler bars with groups of each other in those towns. And that tells you about that connection. They left and they didn't want to, but the team became a focus for them to still get together and have camaraderie with the people nearby who moved as well. That's why you wind up with one in the middle of Rome, Italy. There's a Steelers bar. I am not kidding you.
So, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I mean, I've seen that also like with Green Bay, I mean, it's like, boy, they have like Nook, but, I completely understand that. I mean, it's not the same story with that one. But yeah, they're forced to leave. There's no work. Where do you go? But you work your whole lives with these people. That was your community.
Yeah.
So, no matter if you met them or not, you're still part of that community, no matter where you move.
That's it.
It's amazing. All right.
So this is from Veterans Day last year. They had a parade. I'd never like spent time just shooting a parade. So I had some fun. I had some moments, and I thought this was one of them because they were passing close enough to that sculpture, which is so interesting. This is Liberty Avenue, very long boulevard that leads all the way down to people that are familiar with the point. This keeps going. Yeah, the drummers. Yeah. Of course I did. I didn't plan it to be the drummers. It just that it worked out. They were in front of that sculpture in a way that I, kind of lined it up. I thought that was a good contrast.
Yes.
I wanted to put a drumstick in the statue's hand.
Nice. That would have been cool. I've never even seen this statue. I don't even know what, how is that old? Have you been there for a really long time? And what are we looking at?
I don't know how long it's been there. It's not new. 10 years maybe. I don't actually get around town very often.
To see.
So it wasn't a new thing to me. But I couldn't remember the first time I'd seen it,
Right.
It's an interesting artwork. It really is something to see.
I like the drummers, and it is a great contrast. Their uniforms are awesome. I don't know where they're from. Looking at those uniforms,
I can't remember. They were all high school, local high schools, and I'm trying to think of the color scheme. I can't remember. I can't remember right now.
Okay.
But I saw about 10 or 12 bands go down the street.
Interesting.
I took pictures of a bunch of them, but not all of them.
I know I had to look that up because I'm an artist. It's called the Liberty Avenue Musicians.
Get out.
Yeah, no, I'm serious.
I didn't know that.
It is, because I'm like, what in the world is this? So, I'm over here doing research in the background. It was done in 2003. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
It's to pay tribute to the city's musical history. I'm like, all right, guys, welcome to Headmaster's Homeroom. So, I'm like, I have to know. Learning. You have to know. This is just awesome. How much fun is this? You gonna ever go back and film these parades again?
I don't know. It was fun, but I can't think of a good way to actually do the photography. Right. I think what I missed, I have in my head somebody whose point is midground, foreground, or foreground, midground, background. And I have somebody else in my head saying tights, wides, mediums. So between those, I try and think of the compositions and use all 6 of those points as I'm figuring things out. And I think in the case of parades, I need to get a little more like street photography in my head. Maybe I will, like look in and get those moments of somebody doing, making a face or
Right.
doing something, expressing something, get more personal, because these are interesting shots, with the vets and the
Right.
flags and the uniforms. But you can only take so many of those.
Right.
And I couldn't get them in like that spot with the musicians. I couldn't find a good background. Like this is kind of,
Right.
background wise.
And no offense, but to literally have these guys right in front of the statue that is celebrating the music history in Pittsburgh is also phenomenal, because it just feeds on each other. I'm really glad to know that now. Where I see
Me
your
too.
point is like, you really wish you had these guys in front of, a national park or a flag or something, going on to celebrate that connection.
Right.
But we honor our vets and all of their branches.
Oh yeah. I was very, very happy to be at least in, part of the group being there. There was a lot of people running around with cameras. It was nice to see everybody, finding their own comp and
that's right,
taking pictures themselves.
I agree. Beautifully done. Now, speaking of backdrops, wow. Now, I wonder, I have a question. Does this flag come from the National Flag Foundation? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Okay. There's a reason I asked. That's what my brother did. He was the CEO, which is in Pittsburgh, of the National Flag Foundation.
Oh. Yeah, I can't answer the question.
I don't know.
There was nothing on.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, there was nothing on the crane that explained it.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
And you can see the crane. I just thought this is a beautiful moment. I was waiting till the sun. I had plenty of time here because it was hanging beautifully between the buildings right across the Liberty Avenue. And I had it lined up. I just needed to get the sun to catch it a little bit so it would glow some. And the background, we had an overcast day. Pittsburgh, overcast day. Wow. So we had an overcast day. I didn't have to compete with the sky. I had one building kind of aligned with it, so it gave it a decent backdrop. That's Gateway Center. That's one of the buildings in Gateway Center down there.
Right.
If anybody's familiar. And you can see the trees in the median strips at the bottom as you're going off towards the point. That's the area that leads up to the Fort Pitt Bridge. And the building on the right, down just nearest to the flag. Thank you, Nancy. It really made my heart swell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you. I worked on that data to try and make sure I lined it up right.
Right.
Yeah, it all worked. And the reviewing stand is right under it. That's why it's there. So it's kind of just above the reviewing stand down there. And you can see like the top of the stand where they had the folks who were, just
right.
I don't know what to call them. They're not judges of the parade, but
concierge,
MCs.
MCs, right?
Yeah,
exactly. What a magnificent shot.
Thanks.
Just beautiful. And I really like too is you can kind of see the reflection of that color bouncing off of some of those windows as well too. It's just really beautiful.
I know it's just such a good moment. And again, that thing about light, and you've got to find a way to get the light, if not perfect, as close as you can get to what you want. Exactly. And I just knew I needed some of that cloud break, some of the sun, right. Plus I couldn't have it flapping at that time, and it did. We had a lot of wind, so I had to catch a good moment. So I had to wait. It took a few shots till I got sun and calmness out of the flag.
That's right. You just capture that 1 second, of just perfectness. And that's amazing. And this is what great photography does. You might be sitting there for hours or minutes or how long, right? And then next thing you know, you're like, you got that. And I don't know how many of these you took, and somewhere in that, set, you found the perfect one.
I've learned to be a little more patient. Like I said, I keep it in burst mode all the time anyway. Hey! Hi, Bianca. Hi, Bianca! I promised I'd scream out to her. She's in Tokyo.
Welcome, my friend. I have no idea what time it is there, but welcome. Love it.
It should be about 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, not too bad.
It's either 12 hours or
Right.
depending on where we are with like, I can't remember which switch is which. It's either like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning in Tokyo.
Nice. Oh, I love it. That's awesome. Well, welcome, Bianca. We're hoping that you can make it.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I like the last one. I love this one.
Yes.
This one because I caught it with enough of the drape of the hanging foliage. Hey. Oh, lots of emojis.
Right, she's very happy. Oh, I'm very happy she's here.
Well, she caught up to me when I started posting some of the Japan photos last year, and she's been interfacing with me. You can read the replies back and forth with us, and she's been able to tell me some interesting facts about some of the spots I put up. So, and she's been telling me, I never got to go there. I haven't had a chance to do that. You're showing me parts of my country I haven't seen. And yet she's been to America too. Right. She has an aunt that lives in Philadelphia, or did, and she visited and got to see the eastern side of Pennsylvania.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, back to this. I was thrilled that I was able to catch something. Yeah, Donna, I think so too. It really is a great slice of Americana. We've got the hanging branches just kind of draping with the flag, catching the lines, like you say, about you've got all those things kind of working together nicely. I love this one. I do. I love this one.
I know. I did too. I mean, the other one too, I liked it as well too, but this, you framed it really, really beautifully.
Thanks, Salty.
And like she just said too, right? It's just magnificent.
And thanks for being here, Salty. I didn't yell out to you.
She's like, everybody is over there saying hello to her. That's awesome. That's what I love about my viewers. They're so welcoming. I have the best viewers and friends in the world. You guys are the greatest in the corner.
It's a wonderful community.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, we saw this one. Okay. All right. Let's go to the fields. Look at this composition.
Okay. So this is first excursion with the photographer that took me out for the astrophotography session. Same guy. And so he's leading us through. I mentioned the Little Grand Canyon in northern Pennsylvania, north central Pennsylvania. And so this is a part of that whole area. And he took us down through this valley. I kept working and working this. This was one of those very kind of tough to figure out how much this, how little of that, how high how much do I want to get down? How, to keep that balance. You try and think through those. Oh, thank you, Prosty. To find that balance, to see if you can work that out. Thanks, Nancy. It worked out pretty well. Amazing. It really did.
It is just amazing.
So he taught me something here that I don't use often enough. He said, take a picture of any one of the flowers up close. And because at that time, the camera I had a built-in flash. Oh, yes, thanks, Salty. He said, now pop your flash up and take the same picture. Now, it washed it out a little bit, but I got his point. It immediately made that piece jump up, and you could process it down to balance it. But you really can't process it up if you don't catch enough of the textures and get enough light on it. And think about like, well, okay, I'm outside. I got plenty of light. I just work with what's here. No, not necessarily. Sometimes you want to use a flash, for certain things. Now, that wasn't what I did here. I didn't do that here. But that was part of the lessons I was learning from him when I had that, that first camera.
Well, that's what he paints. Frosty is an amazing landscape artist, and so
he is.
That's what he says. This is so my thing,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the highlights, the shading, the details on these wonderful yellow flowers, just makes me so happy. Yellow is such a beautiful, bright happiness, color. Then you got this big sky above it. This is gorgeous.
And I caught that bit of V happening with the sky down to the hills in the back. It was a lucky moment that way.
Man, it's a phenomenal moment, a phenomenal shot.
Thank
you. Fred, this is great. This was a hard. I was like, this one almost got it. Yellow pulls me. It pulls me real hard. It's one of my favorite colors, and it's such a happy color. It's full of light and stuff. Just awesome. So awesome. But you've got so many these. How close did you get to this flower, Fred?
Not that close. This is my backyard. I wish I'd have known that trick he taught me just a couple weeks. Thank you, Dada. This is, believe it or not, I just had the camera about a week and a half, 2 weeks. And we have these flowers that bloom in the backyard. And I said, I'm going to go out and just try and take pictures of flowers. I want to learn. And so this is all on auto. I hadn't even learned how to move to like shutter priority or aperture, nothing. This is just me on auto, and I'm locked in on this bee with, I think I had, I'm not going to remember which length of lens, but, I'm standing back and he lands in the middle and stops. I mean, he just like kind of plops down.
Right.
So it's my first critter shot, really.
Wow.
Yeah. And you can almost see the wings. They don't quite work out. And of course, I didn't have any processing skills. So at that time, I was using Canons and, just import and you hit auto and, okay, I'm done. Right. At the time, it's like all I knew how to do.
It's great, though.
Anything.
And I can kind of, see the wings slightly up there, but the fascination is the pollen, how much is literally stuck on his body, on his legs. He's like carrying a huge load. It's unbelievable.
I showed this to a friend of mine at the time, and he looked at me and he said, you really ought to just take this to a school, because kids learning about this stuff.
Yes.
They could learn a lot just by you showing this, not only about the bee and the flowers, but even taking the pictures. And I thought, wow, that was quite a compliment, Mm-hmm. And I got his point. It's like, there's a lot I could tell them, and that they could learn about all of that,
I agree. This should also be in some kind of magazine that talks about bees and so forth. I think that would be awesome. And what's amazing even more is there's pollen dropping onto the petals underneath, and you can see the detail of this is just absolutely fascinating. Yeah. But you should reach out to some kind of, Save the Bees or whatever, or a bee history or whatever kind of magazines or books. This would be fantastic.
You find me some time to pursue. I haven't even updated my Etsy site in months. Like, there's nothing new up there. And I actually, somebody just actually bought another calendar, which knocked me out just 2 days ago. I left it up there thinking, well, you never know, right? And somebody did. I only have a couple of them left, and the next one's coming in a couple of months from now. I got a lot of work to do there.
Oh, okay. I will send you there, because you do have a bee one. It's a Pittsburgh magazine. It's called Bees. I'm just I'll send you the link, my friend. But I'm laughing because I haven't updated my website in almost a decade. I'm like, I get it. I'm like, one of these days, if anybody wants to help, let me know.
Get the AI bot. We got bots now.
Okay. Maybe I'll do that. That's right. I'll be like,
no, I don't think it's a hibiscus. I think it's where's my wife? I always forget the name because my brother always teased her and called it Mountain Laurel, and it's not. She gets all upset. It's not Mountain Laurel. I can't think of that.
I don't know.
Well, wait, she's screaming. What's that? Rhododendron. Is that the backyard?
Oh,
okay.
That's funny.
She heard me.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, it's not hydrangea.
Okay, so as we're talking to the wife, I just crack up that I look for things. I'm sending you the Pittsburgh magazine on bees right there to your ex. There you go, my friend. That's how we do it, man. Oh, that's awesome. Bees. Okay. You have a
You should know I put my phone in airplane
It's
mode,
okay.
so nothing's
You
notifying
don't
me
need
of
it right
anything right
now.
now.
I just thought it was funny because yeah. All right. I got time to look up a bee conservatory for you, but I don't have time to work on my own stuff.
Oh, Florida again.
Yes. Yes.
I think I got to remember where. I think this is a year and a half ago in February of 24. I'm pretty sure, oddly enough, this is the sewer reclamation area for the city of Orlando.
Okay.
And it's a wildlife preserve. You don't know anything about the sewer, you can't see or smell or anything. It's beautiful. And everywhere you turn, there are birds like crazy. And it's such a big property that on the weekends, not any other time, they have guided tours where they'll take you out in carts, like golf carts and bigger. And you're lucky if you can see like half of it in a day. And in weekends, they're thanks, Cass. Yeah, it's so nice to catch bits and pieces of what's going on. Wow.
Right.
Backyard. Yeah. So, yeah, catching the heron by itself, just wading across in front of that little strip that divided one side of the pond from the other was a lucky moment.
Amazing. Just amazing. I follow somebody too, and he's always sharing pictures of this stuff. I'm like, where do you live? You know, Florida. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, amazing.
The amazing thing, thank you, Salty. The amazing thing about Florida is how many wildlife preserves there are.
Right.
For years and years, I went to Florida and I was not a photographer. And so, run into some nice things once in a while. And I always had like some little, whatever camera. Like when I was a kid, I had an Instamatic. So we had a little digital thing we used to share. But, it was just quick snap stuff. Never thought about it. Never really gave a two cents worth of anything about it. But this, you get a camera and all of a sudden it's like, hey, where are all the birds?
Right.
And I'm fine.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
I'd have let you know, but no, I'm fine.
Okay.
I was smart. I brought some water this time. I'm not drying out as much. But the thing I just went nuts. All of a sudden, when I was shooting birds here at home, it's like, I'm going to go to Florida. They got exotic birds. Where do I find them? Oh my goodness. It's just one place after another. And we find this place north of Cocoa Beach. And I think I misspoke before. I said that Motel 6 when we went was in Fort Myers. It wasn't. It was Cocoa Beach. So, but this is between Cocoa Beach and Orlando. And we found out about it our first time. Well, we didn't find out about it until the second time we went to Cocoa Beach. And you go up there and it's like, you could spend days here. And, it's just full of little nooks and crannies. On our trip out, she said, we're going to see some gators. I said, oh, great. And we hit this one spot, huge gator, baby gator on its back. I mean, it's like she's out with her camera. I'm out with my, the woman that was a guide. She was also a photographer. Like we're all jumping down, getting, baby gator.
Wow.
Ooh.
That is neat. That is super neat. I don't have that picture, guys. So you have to go and follow and find it. But that is really cool. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful composition. I love the water. I just love the motion and the I guess the vibration of the water, especially too, just neat. Fantastic. You're welcome. This one cracked me up. I laughed so hard. I was like, that one jumping off one like with the hair, he's just jumping off the edge like wee or whatever. I'm like, what a perfect timing for it.
Okay, so this is not an iPhone shot. It's not a real camera shot. Well, it is sort of. This is a first trip to Iceland, and at that time, I thought I was going to take videos of everything I went everywhere. So I had a Panasonic video camera, and it had the ability for you to hit the button in the middle of recording and create a photo. Now,
Wow.
they're not like great photos, but they're good. And it was actually a very good video camera for its times, a long time ago now, but for its time, it actually did a good job. So this trip, the first time we went to Iceland, had a couple of special things that happened. The first of which was a woman on the tour who seemed to be kind of more connected with the guide than like a normal person was. Like she would have conversations with her, and then we would do something a little off the beaten path all of a sudden. And she was traveling with a woman who was a good friend of hers that she said, "Hey, we're taking this trip because she's, yeah, they are Cask. They're really crazy." There was a who was getting over cancer treatment, and this was their, they were buddies, and they said, "Let's do a, like a celebration of like, hey, made it." Yeah, yeah, Iceland. So as we were talking one day, I mentioned something about my history because she was asking me where I was from, and and she, well, yeah, we should write a book about, like your family. I said, "Oh, okay." And she said, "Well, actually, I've written books." Like what? Like 1001 Places to See Before You Die. And my jaw dropped. I'm talking to Patricia Schultz. And I said, "I'm sorry, but I am a fan. I have your book sitting in my office because every so often I'll just pick it up and like, hey, maybe I should." I meet Patricia Schultz, who at the end of the tour works out with our guide for anybody that's staying an extra day, when we were, to go on an excursion to this island. You can't get on the island while the puffin are there, but you're allowed to circle the island, which is crazy because the water's choppy on it. And you go on if anybody knows what those zip boats are, it's like sitting on a motorcycle with 12, 11 other people, right? And you have to put on gear and whatnot. Thanks, Cass. And so, yeah, what a special, unbelievable treat. It was an extra day. Never thought we'd go out to see the puffins. Never thought we'd get. Right. I so want to go back with, the second time we went, we didn't even try and do it. It was not part of like where we were at, and it was also the wrong time of year. Right. By October, you're not going to go over there. The puffins aren't there, but yeah, it was a really special moment, and capturing a couple of these scenes plus the video I had from it. Yeah, it was a special time.
It is special, and it just makes me smile, and it makes me giggle because that one right there in the corner just looks like he's about ready to jump. He's about ready, it's just, here I go, and I just laugh. So,
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Here I come. Oh, it's just awesome. What a great personality. I mean, you kind of moment that just screams personality of that bird.
Thank you.
And they're all, it's the funny thing about this, they're all looking different ways. Not a single one of them talking. They're all, just looking around, doing their thing. And then you got the crazy one. It's awesome. He is definitely, there's always one. Maybe that would be Tuttle. There's always that one. But he just looks like he's about ready to jump and just have fun. It's just a good one. And you had such a special experience that makes it even better.
Oh, I still point to that trip as maybe the best single trip. We did a whale watching tour. And not everybody went. My wife didn't go, and she went with another woman whose husband went with us. And they went shopping. There's some particular opportunity they had. But the rest of us that went on the whale watch saw a double breach. It was, nice. And I looked at Patricia because by that point I knew I said, "Is it you? I mean, really, is it just you? I mean, should I just like wherever you're going, I should just get on that tour, right?"
That's right.
You're going somewhere. I'm going with you.
I'm going with you.
Who gets to see? And in this case, we're not talking out to sea. The whale watching tours, we did one at the end of because it was part of the tour, it was scheduled. This was an excursion add-on. We did that one. It was hell. I mean, it was terrible. You never got anywhere near them. It was out to sea, and it was
Hmm.
full of like so many people. It was like 100 people on one deck, and every time somebody said, "Hey, whale there," I thought the boat was gonna, tip. On this one, it was just about 25, 30 of us, and we went out into one of the fjords. Huh? And he managed to find a pair of them, and we could see them under the water. They breached for us. They couldn't have been
Wow.
more than 25, 30 yards off the boat, and they breached together.
Just showing off.
Yeah.
That's really rare too, because you
Oh,
might see them one at a time. You might see whatever, it's two at a time.
two at a time.
Oh,
Oh,
how special.
yeah.
Look at this boy, stand out and shine. Wow.
So this is I'll tell a quick story about how
Okay.
we wind up at this spot. McGee Marsh in the northern western part of Ohio hosts a warbler event every spring when the warblers are coming back north. This is a great stop-off area. And I hadn't known this, lived here my entire life. I didn't know anything about what goes on the shores up in northern Ohio. Been to Toledo, all that stuff. But again, hadn't paid any attention to it. And then one year I'm reading about like the warbler, thanks, Cass, the warblers. And this was just last year. And I thought, you know what? Instead of me doing all the research, I'm going to let AI jump on this. And I started a conversation and started ticking off like, oh, you want to go this time of day? You want to go here? You want to, turned out it was about 75% correct in like setting us up. The nice thing it did was it said, hey, instead of going straight home, there's other inlets to see.
Mm-hmm.
There might be warblers, it might be other stuff. Oh, this is one of those moments. And I'm just walking down this concrete path heading towards the lake. And it's eerie. We're just taking our time, not going fast. He lands on the log. I shift around, kind of cocks his head. I take a burst, come back, review him, boom.
Wow.
And it just works out. And AI told me to go there. I tell people it gave me the inspiration. I could have maybe asked people, found it, sure. They're tough. Yeah, they are mean.
I mean, birds.
But they're not easy to find that,
No.
I don't often see them.
And to sit there and pose and turn its
Oh.
head right at you and you can snap. I mean, it's just unbelievable luck you got, Fred.
Oh, I'm unreal. I mean, I couldn't believe it myself. I almost fumbled. It's like I was ready, but I was still like,
Wow.
how long is he going to stay put? But he just hung in there. So, yeah.
Right.
The light was good. It just worked.
What a moment. This
Thank
is
you.
what another, when I love when photographers come, I really do, because it just kind of reminds us to get our heads up off the screens and look around. Bring a camera, even if you're using your phone for a camera. But the point is to look around, have these moments, because how many of us may have walked by something like this and just didn't even pay attention? First of all, get out. You get out and see nature. Number two, look around, because these moments may be near you and you might be able to capture a second or not. But I mean, it's just phenomenal what you see. You have a very, very good artist's eye. And I'm so excited that these moments happen for you, Fred. This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, even his beak looks blue. I'm like, wow. Gorgeous.
It came out well.
Yes, it did. Man, I love your work.
Thank you.
Love your work.
Same trip.
Right? Same trip, guys.
Same trip, but this one is at McGee Marsh. This was a morning spent with many people, tons of cameras, just fighting for position. But I have to hand it to the AI. He gave me some ideas, like showing up a little earlier. He said, "Yeah, they won't quite, but you can show up, like get on the path." Like gave me some tips that way, and I did. I managed to get out there a little bit sooner and find these little guys. That it was all part of that migration weekend. It's so much fun, and spotting them. They had some rangers by who were finding like who were also, running around with big lenses. And this one guy had this monster 500, I think it was a prime. It was a prime, not a telephoto, just a big one. And yeah, we were all just going, yeah, it looks like a yellow. You this straight. Thank you, Nancy. But yeah, it came out really well.
It did. I mean, I have some bird feeders around. My cardinals are pretty used to me. They don't really actually fly away because they're so used to me. But I have these ones that are yellow, white, and black, like black wings with white kind of stripes on them, and their bodies are yellow. I've never seen anything like that before, until I moved to this area. And I'm like, what are these things? Just amazing, how beautiful they are. I mean, there's such a variety. It's like flowers. You can find a million different varieties and a million different colors, and it's just so amazing. And you guys are right. It looks like a lemon sitting in that tree. So bright, so beautiful. What a fantastic moment. And I love what you are doing with the backgrounds, with the fading and distortions, so it really focused your eye on this.
Yeah, and I kind of struggled with, I don't like to use remove tool too often, but the branch that's above his head in the center is a little distracting. And I really unfortunately, it was really bright, and I had to really work to get it subtly down without making it look too goofy. Easter peep, that's beautiful.
Right? I don't like that too.
But don't eat them. Don't.
No.
Just, yeah. But yeah, I struggled with the idea of like just removing that whole section. And I thought,
right.
And it'll do a great job. There's no doubt about it. But I thought, no, the natural thing is to just work it down, leave it in place. It's okay. They don't have to be perfect. Oh, thank you, Salty.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's just absolutely fantastic.
I want to throw a surprise a little bit at you, because I put it up on the wall specifically. And since Bianca showed up, she might really appreciate it. This back here.
Okay.
I don't know how much you can zoom in on it or not.
I can't.
Okay, well, this guy, he's in cellophane.
Hold on.
Not that one, but.
Whoops, wait. Sorry. I'm going to try to get it better. So let me remove myself for a few minutes just so we can see, and then you point.
Okay. So this guy is going to show up eventually. I'll be putting some of those on the website. And I think you probably are going to show one of those later anyway. But this one's special. That is Shirkaro Go. I know I'm messing up the pronunciation. Bianca, help. Anyway, this is a World Heritage Site. These are ancient buildings, and they're unbelievable to see in person. I know I put up iPhone versions of that, but that is the finished product. That printed, mounted. I'm not sure about framing it. I'm going to blow it up. I'm really, really thrilled with that. This is one of the snowiest places on Earth, as it turns out, in the winter. And I had been walking down this pathway to the end of the village. On my way back, I was just looking around, and I turned and I saw those two huts lined up that way. And I went, wait a minute. I lost it. I couldn't believe it was a natural composition with the ferns right in front. I just kept lining it up different ways, settling it down. It was one of those moments. It just knocked me out. And I know the iPhone shot when I put it up when we were in Japan. People were like, where is this? What, I think even you were like, wow. But yeah, the finished product is everything I hoped it would be.
I'm so excited about that. Right?
Man, so yeah, I guess I'm gushing about it, right? But
that's how any good artist is.
Bianca, I mean, she really appreciates this stuff. I think she's still here. Yeah, you know what? The roof, the way they keep that stuff too, the way they keep, there she is, the way they keep it hanging in there. I can't. I can't get over it. To think that I think it's hundreds of years old. It might be thousands. This goes back to the earliest settling of Japan. It's ancient. It's incredible. It's an incredible place. Okay, it's enough.
It's all right. You were talking about cold, one of the coldest places on Earth. You can't hear me.
Wait, where'd you go?
I'm right here.
How do we lose your audio?
I don't know. He was just talking about one of the coldest places on Earth, and this happened to be our
you
next
can hear
picture.
me. I'm looking to see if I have to do anything on my end to get your sound back.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, that didn't do it.
No? I don't know.
You can hear me?
Uh-huh. I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
Sorry, guys. Just hang in there. There we go. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
So you're talking about the coldest place on Earth. No? You can't hear me again?
You know what? For some reason, I'm having to route it out of in a different way.
And I'm echoing.
Got it. I can hear you. Iceland again. Very first trip again. This is the glacier lake where the glacier calves pieces come down and they rest there, slowly work their way out to the sea. And what's incredible, it's not just their size and which is massive. They're unbelievably huge, but the blueness of the ice that no, I don't believe so. It's, believe it or not, Cask, that those dark black things, that's rock. If you've ever heard about how Salty. Yeah, the glaciers when they receded, I know you often hear about, they call them the leftover once they're gone as a moraine. The moraine is where all those minerals are left behind that the glaciers dragged out of the mountains when they created those valleys, and they deposit that as they melt. That's why gold miners look for those kinds of spots, because that's where all those precious minerals and well, anyway, this is rock.
Rock.
This is rock. Rock interspersed with all that ice. And that's the power of that ice receding. It grows into it and it drags it out. It crushes it. And the blueness was explained to me years ago when the blueness in there is because the ice is so compressed, it squeezes everything. There's nothing left in there. And it's just pure. It's utterly pure. There's no impurities can last in, and that's why it turns this blue. I can't remember the particulars about why the blue, but yeah.
Amazing. Beautiful shot.
Thank you.
I'm echoing.
Yeah, more from the glacier lake. Yeah. And again, I took these pictures, I think with the iPhone I had at the time. I think that's pretty much what these ones are from, not the Panasonic video camera. And I think in this case, there's a hill right in front of that lake where you can go and stand and shoot down into the lake area. And I think I took these from up there. The vantage point gave me a little bit different perspective across this way. Because if you're right down by the water, it's usually stuff like bouncing up in front of you.
Right. No, I don't want to talk very much because I'm echoing.
You're echoing?
Mm-hmm.
Let me try switching speakers again.
Yeah.
Okay, now how's that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, that works. Thank you so much, because I'm like, oh, that was good.
Whoops.
It's all right.
Iceland again. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Wrong.
The Tetons, almost.
This is Mount Rainier.
Mount Rainier.
Yeah.
I know that.
I shot this with an iPhone.
In there.
And there are several walks that I took out there. You can see off to the right, you can see some of the pathway. But that little up over the hill pathway going off in, I guess it's true of all mountains that you never know from minute to minute how much you can see of the actual peaks, because they create their own weather. And I guess there's no real rhyme or reason. You just have to hang around and hope, and keep staring. And so I was lucky to line this up and get the shot. I was learning. Thank you, Salty. I was really learning at this point that I was kind of leaning towards needing a real camera, because I started to recognize that I'm getting it. Like I didn't know what composition meant. Thanks, Cass. I didn't understand it. I'd never even heard like people talk about composing a picture. If they said that to me, I was like, oh, you mean portraits? You want to like set somebody up. No, landscapes. What? Didn't, when I first heard that, I thought, they call that composing? They call that, it was all new to me. And so when I look back at some of the stuff I did then, I can kind of get the idea. It was in there. It was somewhere in the back of my head to find that line, to find a way to compose things into foreground, midground, background. What about this is going to work and take somebody's eye into the photo? Somewhere in the back of my head, that was dragging me in there and me figuring it out. So
magnificent. Absolutely right. It is like a vertical composition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. I believe this next one is the same. Is this the same area?
It's Rainier.
Yes, I'm like, I've been there. This is fantastic. You guys, it's part of the Cascades.
Yeah.
Just love it. The Pacific Northwest is beautiful.
I want to go back. I really do. I've got a nephew
my
who
husband
lives in
was
Seattle.
raised and are born and raised. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we lived there when we first got married too. Just beautiful.
Yeah. Thanks,
amazing.
Bianca.
Right. Wow.
I'm glad she's hanging in. Well done.
I know. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. You got Tokyo on the line.
That's right. So glad that you're here with us. When was the last time you went to this area? It's been a little while for me.
Oh yeah. Was it 17, 15? Somewhere back there. I've forgotten. It's been a long time.
Right.
It's been a long time. I've had a real camera now for 7 years. And this predates it by at least 2, maybe. So 15.
And you got that without a real camera, guys.
I
know.
Yeah, Nancy, beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
it's so gorgeous.
I can't
so
do it
gorgeous.
fast enough.
If you guys have never been there, I mean, again, travel. Just you don't even have to go out of our country. That's one of the greatest things about our country. Is so much, diverse terrains here, from the swamps to the mountains to the oceans and more. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Oh, we have so much.
Mm-hmm. Just amazing. Oh, I think we're in Florida again. Yes.
Yes, and this is that reclamation area. The name of which skips me, but when you first come down past their welcoming area, they've got a small group of buildings and whatnot. There between there and where it leads to this great walkway bridge that overlooks a huge grouping of trees on an island, birds flying in and out all day long, just crazy with birds. When you first come down there, this is at that confluence of the walkway and the bridge. The bridge is just off to the right. It's just out there. Thank you, Salty. I got so crazy when I saw this. I got the tripod out. I took, I don't know how many shots, waiting for the right light, kept working it, it was coming and going it was a bit of an overcast day. But yeah, I took a whole bunch of shots till I settled on this one to get those lines, to get the trees in the island perk up right to get it balanced with a little bit of foreground, because you don't want to have too much. I wanted the water to work with that S curve to keep you, kind of like moving in your head. I was trying to get the sense of that motion, that it's not static. And I mean, you can see the wind blowing it and whatnot, but the idea to get the S, branching off and kind of taking you with it right down to the other trees at the far end, and don't miss the ones on the right, that kind of thing. There's a lot in the color. There's a lot for me in the comp between the way they repeat the bigger set on the right and the island, and then it's repeated with a smaller set in the middle. They're all the same. They're kind of grouped nicely. Yeah, I love this picture.
I know, it's just beautiful, and I'm seeing that right as well. Just beautiful.
Thank you.
Amazing. Oops, there we go. Okay. Oh, I love it, guys. Thank you so much for all your wonderful comments. I forget to say that throughout the show, and I try, right? I know the palms, aren't they just gorgeous? You guys are so wonderful, and you guys are such active viewers. Thank you so much for all your guys' support. Don't forget to hit that like and share out, and follow Fred and share out his work. Oh, we are coming to our last few here. And I was like, this is just interesting. So tell me about this beautiful couple.
Okay. Bianca filled me in on the fact that this is a blessing ceremony, which you can kind of guess. You can sort of see the baby's head. It's a ceremonial robe for the woman. We were at this temple. I'm going to blank on it. So if Bianca wants to weigh in, I think she knows which one. But that wood,
isn't it gorgeous?
I'm standing and they walk out. And you can see they're posing. There's a photographer off to the left. And I got a shot of her working with them too, but it's real broad, and it's nice and atmospheric. But it was one of those like wow moments. How did I get this lucky? And Bianca explained to me, well, they have this a lot there. I mean, at the temples they do these things, pretty regularly. So we got lucky, baby and mom and dad doing a photo shoot, ceremonial robe. He's in a suit, a suit and tie. But the framing, the lamp, yeah, you can just barely see it. You're right, Salty. It's just, you can barely see the baby's head. It's just poking up, But
the framing, you're right. I mean, it's just, and the architecture there is so unique and so stunning. That's why they're in this location, is because they're wanting to get that picture with the the lamps and the ornamental, and it's just perfect setting for that.
I was trying to get it so the lamp might have been a little closer over their heads, try and get but there was no way I probably needed to be up a little or something, and I was down on the ground, so you get what you get. But in my head it's like, if I could have just got that little element to happen, it would have been special to kind of put it in like an alignment, like the whole scene was being blessed with the lamp above their head. But yeah, the wood, it's so, the craftsmanship, Japan is, the art is everywhere in Japan. Their lives are lived around art that way. The culture is so beautiful, in the way they preserve and express these things. Thanks, Nancy. It's just beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, I know. What a beautiful moment. I just think it's amazing. Great timing, Fred. Great timing. You're welcome. And it shows you another example of this amazing architecture, that we're looking at. Just so unique. It's amazing.
And I love the fact, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you did.
Bjorn.
Yeah, I did.
I love the fact that I was right in time with this guy having that moment, and he's going to get the top of that. He's just going to get the whole gate. He's working his butt off to get that whole gate. And I know what if he just backs up, right?
Right.
But I know he's in the moment, right? He can't help it. He's seeing it. He's got to have it. And I'm like so thrilled. He's a tall guy too. He's not short. I'm short, and he's on his tiptoes, man. He's going to get this shot. So I'm loving the gate. I'm loving the temple. I'm loving the crowd. It's so vibrant. It's so alive. And there's this tourist. He's just having that moment, and you can feel it. I think I
Mhm.
caught. I think I caught that. You can just feel it. And the woman in front of him to the left is not his wife. She was on our tour. I recognize
Well,
her from behind, and she's just like, we were talking later. She's so settled about the moment. The exact contrast. He's,
right,
you know, and she's just like, oh wow. You could
right,
just I could just feel it from her. She was just, wow, this is so, it's spiritual.
right.
And those gates are massive and they're gorgeous.
Yes. Yes, I mean, this is just so unique. That's another
Yeah.
reason I would love to go to, Japan and, and over in Asia, because again, I mean, we have some really unique architecture. You go to Rome, you can see unique, but Japan and Asia, I mean, in general, I mean,
Yeah.
even the way they write, it's literally art, the way
Yeah.
their calligraphy and everything is. And then the way they design buildings is a part of that art. And
Yeah.
it's just something you're never going to see, well, you might see it in some Chinatowns, but nothing like this, nothing even come close to this kind of
No.
beauty.
No, you're right. You're right.
Just amazing. How long were you there?
2 weeks.
Nice.
It was about 14 days total. The trip was a 12-day tour. And we always add like a day in front and a day in the back. You never know if you're going to get caught up in travel issues. And a tour guide told us years ago, so pass this on to anybody that thinks about traveling overseas anywhere. And even in the States, it's a good thing to keep in mind. You don't know what kind of travel issues you might have. Best to add an extra day. And if you get to use it, great. If you just need to rest, great. Because, flying to Japan's a very long trip. So
for sure.
You try and get rest, but, it's kind of tough on a jet.
Yeah.
But so we added a couple of days, as usual, one in front, one in back. And the one in the back was the one that produced, we wound up at the Imperial Villa. Again, an AI suggestion.
Right. Oh, that's not this one. Okay. I thought it was the next one. Go ahead.
No, that wasn't this one. We went on our own to that
Okay.
and wound up in a nice little small tour of the Imperial Villa. Oh, unbelievable. And everywhere with Japanese gardens. Just amazing. But the next one the next one you have is from Shibuya. This is the famous Shibuya crossing. Guys. Yeah. And we went up inside one of the buildings that overlooked this, and I thought this is a good way to capture the whole environment. And you can see the people lined up in the crossing. Mm-hmm. And what happens now is it's such a tourist thing, right? Everybody that's crossing is holding their phone. And right. They're recording the crossing, so all you got is a bunch of people walking. Right.
But you know what you don't see. I mean, I lived in New York for a few years, and what you don't see is look how clean this is, guys. You don't see the trash. You don't see the the homeless. You don't see broken things. You don't see dirt and nasty and Nope. You see, for a huge city, right? That it kind of reminds me of Manhattan when you look at it, side by side. And it's just really a shame that New York is so filthy and so broken, and this is so beautiful, even with all the people.
Yeah. Well, but Japan is outstanding that way. It's not just New York. It's Rome. It's Paris. If you've ever been to any of those big cities, it's all the same. London. It's all the same. It's all the same. No, Japan, you are expected to keep it clean. It's actually, if you want to know, I'll tell you, we're going to be doing the Hudson Valley this year. So you'll be seeing me post some photos from there next month. I'll always put some things out on my account with my phone as we're going. But we've never really spent time in the Hudson Valley, and our friends, Jack and Lisa, the four of us will be doing that and coming back through the Finger Lakes region on our way home. So it'll be West Point and all that stuff. It's going to be real interesting. So there you go, Frosty. Something to look forward to. Right?
Oh, I know who it was. That's exciting. I look forward to it too. I just wanted to grab this one out. Thank you guys for there on Pilled. You guys are wonderful. And I love it. You guys, they usually are over there. One of the things about Pilled is they are over there finding memes that are matching your artwork. So you'll see like the double well breach, or you'll see, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's just awesome. So you guys are great over there.
That's fantastic.
I know it's a fun little platform because they can do little memes or stickers, or what they're called. So they have a lot of fun as they go along. I just wanted to say thank you as they're over there shouting out too. It's awesome, guys. So let me grab it. And again, everyone, have a fun time. And that's what I've heard. Japan
Thanks,
in general is a really, really clean country.
Yes, I am, Nancy. Travel. Yes, I am. I never forget how lucky I am. I don't, not for a minute. And I never in my life, like when we were on our way to Japan, my wife just looked at me and she said, I never. I always wanted to, and never. I mean, it just appealed to her, both of us on so many levels. And we're both just, I'm so blessed. I am. I'm just so blessed.
I thought that when I went to South Africa, I was like, I can't believe I'm on my way to Cape Town, South Africa. I mean, 20-hour flight. And I got to see places on the way back. And I've been to, Australia. Those are long flights. But there are these moments where you're like, because the plane got delayed. So when we came back from South Africa, it missed the connection in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. So they put us up in hotels. And I'm like, well, can I stay here for a few times? They're like, as long as you catch a connecting flight. And they paid for the whole thing for me to stay there. And they fed me. And whatever. So like, I got to stay in Ethiopia for a week. I'm like, are you serious? And he's like, I can't believe this is happening. I mean, it's amazing to get out and venture the world, and this is, I'm not kidding when I say I've just not been to any of the Asian countries. And that's my next thing. And you know why, Fred? It's moments like this. This is our final picture, everyone. It is moments like this that just spark my world. I would love to be standing right there taking this photo.
And I didn't even give you like the shot. I gave you a shot. I didn't give you the shot, and I showed you one of the other ones. Yes, Bianca.
That's right. Go out and venture, Bianca.
She always says that. I've seen her Japan, and she lives in Tokyo, but I've seen her Japan, and she hasn't seen it. And that's so sweet of her.
That's amazing.
It's so wonderful to share this stuff, especially with a Japanese woman. So the Golden Temple is 6 layers of gold leaf. That's unbelievable. And so this is the back side. I didn't show you the front side. I showed you one of them in the one on the wall. But thank you, Cask. I felt that this one as a teaser, because sometime in the next few weeks, thank you, Salty. I feel the same way. And I saw it in person. It's like,
right. Yeah. For any of us artists that have ever used gold leaf on a canvas, can you imagine the whole building has how many layers of gold leaf?
6.
Isn't that
layers.
Unbelievable?
I know the and what's not expressed here as well. The front, the design of the water and the small islands. I suddenly, when we first walked up to it, I had a moment, and it was a gentle rain, and I was taking pictures. I had a moment where I suddenly connected with the landscape artist. It's just, I was looking through the viewfinder, and I had this moment of just connection that I'm never going to forget. And I don't know how many years ago the designers, did all this. I've not spent the time to look it up, and I should. But you get that sense that everything, not one thing, was not designed by them to put it in a place that was built to make you go, ah. You just keep looking at it. And so I started where we walked in, move to the left or to the right. Move to the left, back and forth, lining it up. Every time I turned a little bit, a few steps this way or that, Something else about the island in front would reveal
Right.
another piece of the building. Would, it just kept doing. And so when I got to the back here, I'm still overwhelmed.
Right.
Even the back side, they've got these lines of little bonsai trees. Over onto the left side, one of the big ones draping. I've got so many shots of this. Some of them are like, because they're wide angle and, they're maybe not the greatest thing, but blow it up. Who knows? Yeah, the temple itself is magnificent to see in person, but the grounds around it, it's just that blending of man and nature that the Japanese artists thought about and created. It's not happenstance, and you can feel it when you're there. You can
Right.
see it and feel it. Now, how did I get this lucky to the backside? Not one person. I didn't remove a single person. Nobody was there. Nobody.
Wow.
And
That's
this place is
crazy.
crawling with people all the time. All the
Right.
time.
Well, how lucky is that?
And I'll own it now before you see it later. If somebody asks me, I'll own it. I had to remove them in the front shots. They weren't big, they weren't huge, but I didn't want them. Were small, tiny in the background. No, I can tell that's not real. Okay, that's somebody's jersey.
Right.
No, I'm blessing the art of it with it. My attempt to be as perfect as they were. They went to that trouble to make it that well. I owed it to them in my vision of that,
Right.
to make it as clean and as beautiful as I possibly could. So
I agree. He's lucky. So as you're talking, I've got to look up facts, because as you're talking, I'm like, okay, I don't know. And there's amazing things on this thing. So it was built in 1397, guys. It burned down in 1950. So let me see. It burned down in 1950. It only took 5 years to refinish and rebuild this thing. So then I asked, with all this gold leaf, right, which is unbelievable, you guys. We're talking, was it 20 kilograms of gold leaf on this? So I'm thinking, this is taking forever. So I go, how long does it take to do the gold leaf? 1 year. That's how they do it in Japan. We're not going to sit here and wait and whatever. We're doing this 1 year. I'm like, that's a massive amount of just speed and perfection. You know, you can see that they're not lazy. I mean, they rebuild it in 5 years. They put the gold leaf on in 1 year. If this was done here in the States, it'd be, a 100-year project.
Yeah. That's
like, oh my mind.
That's their culture. That's what's important,
Right.
Yeah. It's just they're incredible. It's just incredible.
Incredible country, incredible people.
Yeah.
Just amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely dedicated to rebuilding this magnificent temple. And they love what they do. They have pride in what they do.
Yeah.
And you can see that. And you are in a moment of just, right? No people, no nothing. Just an absolute moment that was given to you to snap this fantastic piece. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Man, are you going back?
Ask my wife. It's like, yes, we're going back. She's got another laundry list of stuff we didn't get to do and see.
That's right.
We're not wealthy. I mean,
I know. I was telling somebody over there, I was telling one of my viewers, Gulfstream over there on Pilled, because he's like, we need a group to go there. I go, we need to go fund me for the artist retreat or get a grant or something, because it's not cheap, guys. I mean, to go and travel, but if you can, pick a place or two, save up and go. It's worth it, but it's like you said. Hey, Fred, if you win the lottery, I would love to go.
We'll all go.
This is so much fun. You are so talented, and I love it when you come on. I'll tell you what, guys, a few more months to get from now, I'll be like, all right, Fred, where are you taking us now? Because it's so much fun. This is what I love with artists, is that we get to go and visit these, because maybe we can never afford to go. And we get to travel through your work. And I appreciate that.
I'm thrilled to be able to share it. And I know I said it before. You're such a pro at this. You're so tremendous at the way you give all these people this opportunity to present their work, but let the rest of us see and share in it with them. I think you're tremendous at this. I love what you do. I have much respect. I'm in awe of the way you can get this together. You know, the amount of, I know what this takes. The amount of time, it's like herding cats to try and pull these things together and keep them flowing. You know, tremendous
Right.
respect for what you do, and I
Thank
love
you,
it.
Fred.
I absolutely love it.
Thank
And
you.
you're a phenomenal artist. I mean, you're a phenomenal artist. You know, sometime you're gonna have to get somebody who's like, have you on. You know,
I've done it a
somebody
few
does
times
Lady
too.
H.
That's
You know?
right. I don't know, maybe we'll flip the script sometime, you know. It'd be like, all right, because I've had Frosty and things like that do that before too. You know, because a lot of times people look at my work and they think, you know, it's collage. And like Justice, for instance, you know, and behind her is the Constitution. And I'm like, no, that's painted and written. And they're like, well, they don't even understand that. I'm like, the time it takes 3 months to do that piece, you know, and they're huge.
Yeah.
So I get it, but I love this, and I love doing the arts, and that's my new venture. I'm moving in 3 days, and I'm going to be, you know, in a place where I'm hoping to bring more arts to, you know, to the youth into the future. But, you know, we could all put in negative things, and they do enough of that, you know, the news, political, whatever, and people who do that, and no disrespect, they can do what they want to, but I want to bring beauty. I want to be the light.
Yeah.
And so that's what I love, Fred. And I am so grateful to have people like you and guests that come on the show and just give us a few hours of wonderful happiness.
Well, you know what, we should say
Right.
this, because you mentioned to the light. I think it's a perfect way to go. I still feel like I'm mourning for Dolly Parton. I don't know about anybody else. I was not a huge fan, not musically. It's not mine, you know. Thank you, Nancy. That was sweet of you. Thank you, Donna. That's very sweet of you. I just thank you, Bianca. Arigato gozaimasu. I have to at least thank her for that, you know, the little bit of Japanese I know.
Right.
But I still feel like I'm mourning for her. I mean, the little bits of video that show up, and and it was who she was from the inside.
Right.
You know, thanks,
It's
James.
true.
Thank you.
Everyone's telling me they love you. Sorry. Go ahead. But you're
that
right.
positivity, that's what she was about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and she was a normal human being.
Right.
She made effort not to, you know, yeah, she showed this crazy wild hair and everything, but she talked about it all the time. She was a normal human being. She was just like the rest of us. She just had a fire and a talent, and she knew what to do and how to do it. And she didn't quit. So I again, much respect to you and what you do, but you're right. It's about the positivity. Let's focus on that. Let's focus on what it is that's beautiful. It was, you know, I'll tell you personally, I was so worn out today. I was like, I got to go do this tonight. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I am, but it was a rough day. It was a lot of work. And when I went out for my walk after lunch, I chose to go down to a park, and I walked in there. It was perfect. The weather, the light was perfect. I didn't have a camera, which was fine. The point was, it was perfect. And as I was walking, thinking, I get to do this tonight. That's fantastic. I got so much energy out of the park, and I got so much energy from the moment. And it just brought me around to feeling like, how lucky am I? You know, I just kept walking with that same sense. And I was just being grateful and thankful and absorbing, just being there and taking it easy, you know. And it gave me everything I needed to be ready to do this again tonight.
2 sayings I always say: be the light and attitude of gratitude. I already have these up here all the time. And it is, because there's days, you know, like these guys know, and they're bearing with me. Thank you, all of my wonderful people, because I'm not able to comment like I normally do. And I've been in a whirlwind of gotta get ready and get everything ready for the move. But I'm like, I might just say beautiful, but I'll share all your guys' stuff out. And they've all been really wonderful. But, you know, at least I'm putting out the be the light thing in the morning, or I'm doing whatever. And then I could sit there and go, oh, do I really want to do this shows? These shows recharge me, because I need that break away to sit there and geek out and go on this trip and meet great people and hear their amazing stories and laugh at things like the puffins. And I love you, Fred. I think that you're awesome. And I'm so glad you're taking us on this journey with us. You know,
anytime.
Awesome.
Anytime. Thanks, Frosty. Glad you enjoyed it.
I love it. Everybody's learning some Japanese.
Arigato. Yeah. Arigato gozaimasu. Domo arigato gozaimasu.
Any last words you want to say to anybody before we say goodbye to you?
I think I've said everything. I talked too much. I ran out of water. How's that?
That's right. Well, I will reach out to you in a month or so or whatever, and we will get you back on in, no time flat. And I hope that you take an invitation. And thank you so much for being my honored guest, my friend.
I've really had a great time. Again, thank you for having me. And I appreciate it to no end. And I hope to see everybody online. Take it easy.
That's right. Good night, my friend.
Good night.
That was so awesome. Gotta love Fred. Don't we love Fred? You guys, please go give him a follow over there on X. Tell him what a good job he did. Share out his artwork. All of us artists want to have our artwork shown. That's why we have this whole sharing is caring. I have it somewhere here. There we go. Sharing is caring. It's so important because we share out you, especially me and the mods. We share out all your work. Please share us back. And the guests too. So when I ask you guys to like, share, and follow, it's also for my guests, bringing awareness, bringing beauty to this world. And I appreciate that so much, guys. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. So there's a little difference going on that you saw at the very beginning today, right? We have got some changes going on now with the big move. Everybody knows about the big move, right? I'll be moving technically in 3 days and my new life adventure happens, but that does not mean the shows are going to be over. We're just going to, instead of having Thursday through Monday, I'm going to be tailoring them to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we're going to be doing our art and our music. And Sunday's going to be a Sunday worldview reset, where we're going to talk all about the greatness, remind you of the happy and humanity stories that are going on in the world. I don't want to get rid of that. Having fun clips and music, having a place where we reset. I might throw in some cooking every once in a while. I might throw in whatever stories of it, but it's just going to be a fun reset as you start your weeks ahead. We will not have a show this Sunday because that's go time to pack the truck. Please bear with me. But starting next Friday, we will be on our new schedule, I promise, for hopefully the rest of forever. But it'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights at 7 p.m., our arts and music and whatever Friday and Saturdays, and then our wonderful Sunday worldview resets. So just a mixture of everything, guys, for our beautiful Sunday. But I promise you will leave refreshed. You'll have your soul filled with happiness, great, wonderful stories, laughing at great, cute clips, and that will reset it. But no show this coming Sunday. But we do have a show tomorrow night, and I really want you guys to show up, please, and understand to be patient. We've got Thomas Tim coming in tomorrow. Thomas is from Germany, everybody, from Hamburg, and he doesn't speak a lot of English. We love him. He's in our wonderful Artist Corner group, right, both on Truth and on X. And he's so willing to come on at 1 o'clock in the morning his time. So he might be a little tired. His work is phenomenal. So you guys might want to learn a few German phrases on to say, that's beautiful, that's wonderful, because he'll probably not be able to understand a whole lot of things. It's like when we had Ackerman from Iraq. So you guys, we're so excited to welcome our international artist, and I cannot wait to spotlight him and have him on the show. He's already tested out the link and sent me pictures. So he's so excited. So you guys, please join me tomorrow for the wonderful Thomas Tim. We'll be doing that at 7 p.m. I'll be putting out the show with the links right after this show. So the best thing you guys can do also is help me with those promos. I appreciate that as well. And you guys can do that by giving me a follow. I put those out. You can follow me on X at Lady Hamilton AR1, or you can follow me on Pilled Truth and Gap at Lady Hamilton Art. And again, I'll be putting out the links for the show tomorrow with all of the links from YouTube and Rumble and Pilled and X, so you guys can watch it on any channel. Please don't forget to do that. Also, let's give some love to our wonderful team. They are absolutely the best. I have the best moderators in the whole world. So here's a shout out to my amazing mods, Team Lady Hamilton moderators. You truly are the best. You guys show up and show out. You join the chats. You do promos. You're just great friends of mine as well. And you guys are a huge part of my team, not only with Artist Corner, and sharing out the artists of the day, but also for my shows. I am so grateful to each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. You guys just learn Japanese. You guys are so fun. You guys are so fun. Yes. Oh, what did I miss? Did I miss something? Okay. Thank you very much. Awesome. Very much. Okay. So you guys, I guess we're going to be doing a close out here today. We're going to be listening to a wonderful song here. We're going to have him on the show, I believe, in Is it next week? Hold on. Sorry, my friends. That's right. Keith is going to be on September 4th. We get to listen to the wonderful music of Keith Fiala, and we're going to be watching one of his new songs right now called Let's Go on our way out of here. Thank you so much, Keith, for letting us play your music. We're going to super excited about that. So let's load it up as we say our goodbyes. Here we go. The song is called Let's Go. Since we were talking about going on a journey, right? All of us want to go and visit one of those magical places that Fred just showed us. I figured this would be a great song to go with that. And also a wonderful reminder that Keith will be coming on the show September 4th. So everybody, I'll see you tomorrow night. I'll be putting out the promos right after this show. And thank you guys, number one, for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your communication and your wonderful compliments to my guest. And most of all, thank you for letting me be a part of your life and and allowing me to be part of your life. Wait for the exit, guys, because we had a brand new intro and we have a brand new exit. So everybody enjoy this right after this song. Everyone have a great night. Be blessed, and don't forget to be the light. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Satellite coming down in 3, 2, 1.